الرجال قوامون على النساء بما فضل الله بعضهم على بعض وبما أنفقوا من أموالهم. Men are in charge of women by right of what Allah has given one over the other and what they spend from their wealth. Ar-rijalu kawwamuna ala nisa'i. Men are in charge. Men are kawwam. Kawwam comes from the word qama. It means standing in Arabic. Kawwam is a person who is standing over or above other people who are sitting. So what does a person who is standing over others do? Like, it's just like imagining an invigilator in an examination hall. All the students who are solving their papers, the invigilator of the examination hall is standing over the rest of them. So what does a kawwam do? The kawwam orders, commands, and hence controls. Then the kawwam would look after and protect. He would supervise, monitor, check, and he will be doing the surveillance and the checking. So likewise, this ayah, but calling all men, ar-rijalu qawwamun, is explaining very clearly and in detail the duties of the husband. Yesterday, Ashiruhunna bil Maruf, we discussed the mannerism, the behavior, the attitude of the husband. That itself also was the duty of the husband as far as his mannerism and conduct was concerned. So now, being the kawwam, the duties of the husband would be then what? Number one, he will be looking after. He will be looking after his wife and obviously his family and offsprings. He will be looking after what? He will be looking after the monetary issues of the family, the needs, the requirements, then the social dealings, their environment, their chastity, their religion, their ethics, their mannerism, their conduct, their behaviors. So he will be looking after so many things of the wife, of the children, and of the whole of the family, because he happens to be the kawwam. Then, being the husband, being the kawwam, he will protect them. He will be protecting them from like evil and bad deeds, bad company, evil and bad environment, from the difficulties and hardships of life. He will protect them from going astray. He will protect them from being misguided. He will protect their religion. He will protect their honor. So he will be protecting so many things, so on and so forth. Then, being a kawwam, the duty of the husband is that he will be a guide to them. He will guide them. Guide them for what? Guide them for what is right, what is wrong, what is halal, what is haram, what is good for hereafter. So he will be guiding them for their religion, for their matters and issues of belief. And then fourth point and the fourth duty of the husband being a kawwam will be what? That he will check, he will monitor, he will supervise, and he will be doing supervision and surveillance and checking of what? Of their manners, of their conduct, of their ethics, of their ibadah, of their salah, of their fasts, of their purity, of their hygiene, of their aqaid. Like Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, and we discussed in detail in Surah Baqarah, Allah said, Nisa'ukum harsul lakum. Like the farmer looks after his fields, the husband being the kawwam will be looking after his wife and his spouse and his children. So the next point, being a kawwam, being a person who is standing over and above the others and his family, he will be doing what? He will be ordering them. So the next duty of the husband is to order, to command, and to control. So being a qawwam, he is the leader. He is the person in charge. He is the controller of all affairs and issues and the matters in the family. He is going to head the family. Because you know that in all setups, you always need to have one head. Like in the departments of the colleges, of the schools, we always have one head of the department. The university has one VC or one vice chancellor. The factory has one general manager or the GM. Any organization has one chairman. And above all, the universe has one Allah. And that is exactly why there is so much peace, there's so much harmony in the universe. So if we want the system of our house and our family to run peacefully, smoothly, and in harmony, then in the basic unit of the society, the home, the head of the family has to be one, and that has been announced as the husband. So being qawwam is basically twofold. This is also the duty of the husband, and it is also the right of the husband. He has to be and he has to act as the leader, and it is a trial for him. This is his duty. And he has to be accepted as the leader, and this is his right, and this is the duty of his wife. She has to accept him as the commander, the qawwam. Accepting him as the commander, she has to surrender to his commands. She has to obey his orders, and she has to accept his policies and his dictations and his decisions. And in this ayah, if you see, Allah says, Ar-rijalu qawwamun. All men, or whatever color, whatever creed, whatever tribe, whatever state of mind, whatever state of education, whatever state of his wealth or richness, when a wife, at the time when she's being married, she shows the willingness. She shows the willingness to be married to a man. Then actually she is announcing and she is promising to accept his authority over her. So then, once she has accepted him for marriage, she has accepted and she has announced and she has promised and she has declared that she will be accepting his authority over her. And so all men, may they be rich, they may be poor, they may be young, they may be old, they may be healthy, they may be sick, they may be strong, they may be weak, they may be educated, they may be uneducated. Once they happen to be the husband to a wife, they are the qawwam. All men and all husbands will be considered as the qawwam. This, I again repeat, is the duty of the husband, the trial of the husband, and at the time is the right and the duty, right of the husband and the duty of the wife as well. Now, Allah has made this qawwam as a duty for the husband. What sort of a qawwam? Allah has just not made him the qawwam, but various points in the Quran, Allah has also taught him how to act as a qawwam. He doesn't have to be, or in fact, he's not a hard-hearted, a harsh Qawwam. He's not ill-mannered, he's not bad-tempered, he doesn't use a loose tongue, he doesn't have a foul language, he doesn't go about here and there slapping, hitting, hurting around in the family. No, he is what? Ashiruhunna bil ma'roof. He is what? Nisa'ukum harthul lakum. He has been taught, Hunna libasul lakum wa antum libasul lahunna. So he is a polite, he is a refined, cultured, well-mannered, soft-spoken, soft-hearted, cool-minded, patient, tolerant, loving, caring, sincere Qawwam and the husband. So this is all the duty of the husband, and these are all the rights of a Muslim wife. Rights of the Muslim wife, that the husband acts like a Qawwam and behaves like this. Now the next thing is that why has Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala chosen the husband to be the Qawwam? Allah is mentioning the reason here also, وَبِمَا أَنْفَقُوا مِنْ أَمْوَالِهِمْ. The first reason, that because all forms of monetary commitments have been handed over to him. He is the provider for the family, and he handles all the economic issues and the matters. So authority has been given to the person who earns and who spends, who provides. So, and then he's been given the authority over the wife. Secondly, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, بِمَا فَضَّلَ اللَّهُ بَعْضُهُمْ عَلَى بَعْضٍ. This was the first reason. Because he is stronger. Allah has given him fazilat. And Allah has given him one grade up. And this is what? He is stronger physically and emotionally. We all do agree to the fact that men are physically strong and they are emotionally strong. Men have a higher emotional IQ. They are strong-willed. They are generally more patient. They are generally more tolerant. They are usually, like 95% of husbands are more cool-minded and patient than the wives. They do not lose temper. They do not get upset on trivial issues. They're more composed. They have more self-control. And that is why, and the two reasons why the husband has been made as the Qawwam. All husbands are therefore being instructed to act as a Qawwam and a caretaker, and the mannerism and the behavior of the Qawwam has also been in a very black and white form being instructed and guided over to the Qawwams.